So the card Six of Swords is basically encouraging us to let go of the fears of the past and encouraging us to basically dwell in the future, think about the future and make plans for the future. The next card, which is basically telling us of what is going on for us, is the Hermit. Hermit is the card that is usually conveying some sort of understanding of why is it good to be withdrawn, why is it good to dwell on your own wisdom and your own experience. Hermit is usually the card that denotes some sort of slowdown in our lives. It's usually the card that suggests that we are in a phase of introspection, and where we are drawing our attention and focus inward and looking for answers within. We have a very strong need to understand, but not just on the surface, but really know how and why life is the way it is. The Hermit reflects that our consciousness has moved inward, and now we realize that the truth and understanding is within ourselves, not distractions of the outside world. So this is basically the perfect time for stepping back from our day-to-day life and contemplating our motivations, personal principles and values, which funnily enough I think summer is a good time for that. It's usually the time when we rest, but it's also the period of some sort of soul searching. You want to seek the truth at all costs, and so we sometimes desire a new direction in life, and as a result we have recently begun a journey of self-discovery and contemplation. So there comes a point in life when we begin to question the status quo, knowing that there is a bit deeper meaning to life, and thus we begin to search for it. The search is mainly solitary quest, as the Hermit denotes, because the answers do not lie in the external world but within us. So the Hermit Tarot card indicates the time when we are seeking solitude and isolation from others. We need to be alone, and we want to withdraw from the world around ourselves. This is so that we can retreat further into our own private world and experience some deep sense of seclusion. Okay, the next card. Next card is Strength. Strength here is basically showing us what kind of obstacles we might find along the lines of our endeavors. Strength is the card that usually denotes strength itself, determination and power in a manner of similar to the Chariot. However, the differences between the two cards are obvious. Where the Chariot represents the outer strength, the Strength card represents the inner strength and the power of the human spirit to overcome any obstacle. In other words, this month might be the month of basically some difficulties, problems with understanding where the strength lies within ourselves. We can accept and easily forgive any imperfections in others, but we are not doing it to ourselves. If you do so, you can create a safe and trusting environment where you can gently influence yourself and the others as well. And this demonstrates a level of soft control, persuading and coaxing others to the right, to the positive way of thinking. So here in this display, strength is basically helping us to understand how we can talk to ourselves, how we can reason ourselves to basically achieve more through inner dialogue. Strength is helping us to to boost our positive forces inside, and also influence others. Now the last card is basically the likely outcome of all the endeavors here. The Chariot is basically giving us lots of positive energy towards achieving things. Chariot is basically conquest and victory in terms of overcoming opposition through our own confidence and our control of our emotions. Any success here will be a result of applying these factors to the situation. You will need to use the strength of your willpower to overcome any obstacles or challenges in your way. You may even find that leveraging any opposing forces surrounding you at this time is can be used to your advantage. You must be determined, self-disciplined, and hard-working if you will triumph over any difficulties or anyone who is trying to limit you. This is a struggle, but this struggle will ultimately make you feel stronger. So, feeling successful at pursuing your goals, as long as you maintain focus, determination, and confidence in your abilities, can help focus completely on the task at hand and get into the race and win it. So you have to dominate and beat the competition. You must cultivate the ability to basically withstand the rigorous of what is required. In fact, striving towards your goal can be satisfying as attaining it. And this is the time where you have to be strong and in control. You must also draw upon your willpower and self-discipline. You may be wondering if you should pursue a plan or continue a project, but you will be driven to do so, and your perplexing dilemma will be resolved for the time being. The Chariot requires you to assert yourself and be bold. You may need to look after yourself at this time and be confident in expressing your needs and wants, otherwise you will not get your way. You need to have faith in yourself, and fundamentally you need to know who you are and stand for, thus building of the personal belief systems and values established through the Lover's card. Sometimes the Chariot asks you to come to terms with your own aggressive impulses. This is very interesting bit. Aggression is a part of human nature, part of our innate survival mechanism. Aggression can be simply suppressed. To do so will only turn it inward on yourself, leaving it to manifest itself in a form of physical illness. So aggression can be very destructive, but it's also a powerful energy that can be channeled creatively. This is the time when you need to be the master of your emotions and curb any impulses of anger. You need to show who is the person in charge and achieve a certain level of control of the situation, but this will also require you to be in control of yourself. Chariot can also represent a lot of driving and even a road trip. Well, this is summer, so you might travel a lot. You may even be considering buying a new car or some form of transport. Chariot is basically a good car to show that things are on the move, and this is basically the character of this year's this month's prognosis, and helps us to understand also how much important is having control of our own impulses and helping to understand that we might do things using our own willpower. That was the